everyone, welcome back to the Formula 1 League here. We're in Season 4 now for F2. We now have the 2020 cars in game, fortunately for us. So we do have TTM Sam lining up in pole position in the Uni Vituzi racing car, new livery for that. And then in the first row as well, in second place, we have the high-tech Grand Prix driver of Rapid XJR. P3, we're going to have Zoga Gamer starting in the second row of the grid. Then we're going to have DJ and the Carlin in P4, Charlie P5. P6 is going to be Psycho Kavira. P7 is going to be Lando Gamer. P8 is going to be Foivu. P9 is going to be Flukia Booknerd. And P10 I did not quite catch, but we'll go through the positions and tyre compounds through the formation lap, which will be coming up very shortly. So sunny 50% feature race here at Bahrain. We're going to quickly play you our intro and we're going to get straight into racing action. Welcome back everyone. The drivers are lining up on the grid now, just waiting for the final few drivers of American Shep to line up on this grid. So we should be getting ready for the 5 red lights here at Bahrain. The lights are out, the drivers are still not away, just waiting for the timing glitch. We'll be able to see, yep, so the drivers are getting ready to go now. And we're away in Bahrain. It's a terrible start by Zoga there. He's falling down the grid massively down there in the Prima car. He's already been taken over by DJ. DJ looking to get into pole position in the first lap. It's unable to happen, but there goes Rapid down the inside of Sam. Sam can't really hold it, but he's got the inside line again. And that's Sam moving up into pole position once again, but there's Rapid again. Down his inside. The high-tech Grand Prix driver not making it easy for the Uni driver ahead, but he's going to have to back out of that one as DJ's not too far behind. Zoga's trying to make up the lost ground, but he's lost. But that is TTM Sam, who's run wide, and he's dropped down into P5 in this race. He was P1, now he's all the way down in P5, unfortunately, for the Uni driver. Zoga looking to make a move on DJ, and Sam looking to make a move on Charlie. So two moves happening in one corner. Zoga still side by side with DJ, but it does look like he's got the move done. Is DJ going to go for the move here? No, he's going to pull out that one. Zoga almost running into the back of the high-tech Grand Prix car. And McCarlin's going to have the inside line, and it looks like DJ is going to move back up into P2 in this race. Zoga going really defensive against Sam. Sam's got the inside line. Is he going to keep his nose in there? Yes, he is. He's side by side with a Prima driver. Now side by side with Carlin. Can he get two cars in one sector? Here he goes, trying to round the outside now. And it does look like he has. That is Sam moving back up into P2 after starting P1 this race, dropping down into P5, all the way back up into second place. Really good driving by the Uni driver. Looks like everyone's through really cleanly there. There's a big battle happening behind, though, between some of the MP Motorsport drivers and the Trident drivers. Flaming Fire looking to make a move past some of these cars. Not able to go through, but the Carlin on the inside of Kavira looking to get past him here. The Uni can't really defend behind him, and he's going to have to watch that one happen ahead of him, unfortunately. Is there goes Neltrax getting side by side. A bit of contact between both drivers, but it does look like Neltrax is going to be through in the art car past Foivu. Very unfortunate for the Uni driver. Still trying to keep his nose in. Bit of wheel banging between both drivers, but he is down in P15 at the moment. That's Psycho Kavira picking up a 3-second time penalty off the start. Bit of a change of position there. That is Daniel absolutely flying here in the Charles Racing team. I can't pronounce that name. Very sorry for anyone who insults me for that one. But both Dams drivers neck and neck now as they went for a really big dive bomb on Buck just behind him. And that is AMS Fanta and Charlie cutting through the field together at the moment. But Fanta looking to go down the inside of his teammate. It looks like his teammates basically let that one happen there. So maybe a bit of team orders playing right there. And car number 1 has moved up into P7 in this race. Lando Gamer still chasing down in the high-tech. Both high-tech Grand Prix drivers in a really good position. 1 and 6. Lando looking to maybe keep up with his teammate. Show his pace for his manager, who is watching the race right now. And checking the other deltas on the grid. Fanta's looking to try and get into the points here. Thermal BRK is the last one in the points, and it's Psycho Kavira and Fanta's right behind. Here comes the art driver. Is he going to go for the dive bomb down the inside? No, he's going to keep maintaining position on this lap. Maybe Kavira won't be so lucky in the next corner, and he's had an awful exit. And here comes Fantas looking down his inside. He's still going to be side by side by the time he gets to the turning. Now, is he going to be able to get the move on? He's got the inside line. And where has Storm came from? Going down the inside of the pair of them, but gone really deep. And that is Fantas getting the cutback. And Fantas has moved up into P10 in this race. Storm moved up into P11. And Psycho Kavira, unfortunately, down in P12. But he's not going to go out without a fight as he's looking down the inside of Storm now. And he's going to have to pull out of that one. Very unfortunate for him. Storm still ran wide, so there's still opportunity. But he has had a big snap out of that turn 4. Very unfortunate for Kavira there, dropping down some of the positions. AMS Fanta is side on with Lando right now. The Dams versus the high-tech car, and it does look like it's a close fight, but there he goes down the inside. Goes Fanta, he's run really wide, and Lando is going to say thank you very much and take that position back very, very smoothly in the high-tech Grand Prix car. Very unfortunate for Fanta there, but he's got DRS, so he's going to be able to keep up with the high-tech just in front. But that minor mistake has cost him that position after it could have been such an amazing move by the Dams driver. Rapid has been overtaken by Sam. Sam regaining P1 back to where he started this race, showing his true pace in these F2 cars after he did have a transfer from Arden to Uni from last season. Gaps are starting to spread out a bit here, but we do have Lando still looking to try and keep up with Daniel. Lando will have the DRS on the car in front now. He's just going to keep in the slipstream. He's not going to be able to make a move here, I don't think. Is he going to risk one? No, he's going to keep behind Daniel here. Very, very wise choice. That would have been quite a dive bomb. But here comes Daniel. He's still trying to maintain position, but this is the second DRS zone here at Bahrain. And he is tight within the slipstream. He's not going to go for the move here, but he's going to have a third bite for Terry down in Sector 2. Maybe he might be able to get the move done there. We're not sure about that one. But here's Fantas looking to make a move on the not Uni driver, oh, that is close racing, but the MP Motorsport is going to make it very difficult for Fantas here. And it does look like Thermal BRK is going to keep the inside line. Fanta's trying to switch back move. He's got way better traction, but too much traction, and he's had a huge correction there. And Flaming Fire has left the session, so I'm going to have to invite him back right now. But there goes Rapid down the inside. Unfortunately, just cannot get the move done. So we're going to quickly get Flaming Fire back in this race. Sorry for the quick disruption. But actually, I'm not sure. He did say he needed to go at this time, unfortunately, for the driver. So back to racing. AMS Fanta still on the back of Lando after that mistake, costing him P6 in this race. So he might want to try and make a move through many of these DRS zones. But Rapid going to have another go at Sam. And DJ not too far behind in the Carlin. He's been watching this happen just from behind. Then Zoga. Then the gap starts to form to Daniel just behind. Lando kind of under threat by AMS Fanta at the moment. Look at the speed difference when you have the DRS. And here comes the Dams driver. Doesn't look like he's going to make a move here, but he's going to have a second go here in Sector 1. The high-tech driver trying to defend position, but it's going to be very difficult as here he comes. But it does look like Lando has got the optimum exit as he could have. That is him going to be maintaining P6, but just back here, we have Fantas looking to make a move on Thermal BRK again. Here we go. Can he get the move done on the MP Motorsport driver? It doesn't look like he can. He's trying to switch back move, and he's just carrying so much more speed through the corners, and it's almost as if the MP Motorsport driver is slowly starting to hold up. The Art driver just behind him. Very, very close between these two, but some great defending by Thermal BRK at the moment. DJ looking to get past Rapid, and Rapid can't really hold position anymore against him. And that is DJ moving up into P2 in this race in the Carlin. Very, very strong performance by him. But here comes the high-tech, and the high-tech has came and tangled with the Carlin driver. And now Zoga's gone down the inside of him. And that is the high-tech being left behind after one slight mistake, and he's dropped down the positions where he's not going to go down without a fight. And here he comes. He's fighting back against the Prima of Zoga. He's got the inside line coming towards the final corner here at Bahrain. Can he get the move done? He's on the inside line, forcing Zoga to go really out wide. Had a bit of a snap, but that is going to be Rapid maintaining P3. And all this is music to Sam's ears because he can have a clean pit stop here. And he's hoping he'll come out in some clean air, but we're not sure about that. And we've had our first spin. Who is around? And that is Thermal BRK. No wing damage for the MP Motorsport driver, but he's definitely going to pit after that one. His tyres are definitely going to be hurting. Very, very unfortunate by him. Most drivers are on the hards now, but there's still a few opting to take their tyres a bit longer in this race. Both high-tech drivers, P2 and P3 at the moment. Neither of them stopped. They could be maybe risking a double stack if neither of them choose to. But we're back to the Campos versus the Art driver. The Art trying around the outside, and there's a contact between both drivers. They're both giving each other a bit of a wheel banging there. And that is definitely some aggressive driving by the pair of them. But that is going to be the Campos maintaining P5 in this race. The Art driver is definitely going to try again as he's going to have the DRS zone of Sector 2 here coming up for him. So here he comes. Here comes Fantas on Flukia Book Nerd. Can he get the move done? No, he's just too far back. He's trying to get the optimal exit. Flucky not using everything he can on the track limits, and it's just showing how much time Fantas is gaining on him around this track. Flucky really struggling in front of him. Campos is starting to really slow down, and it's a bit of a worrying sign because Fantas is on an absolute march right now, and this is holding him up to Psycho just behind him. And the worst thing is, the cars who have already pitted will have a huge tyre advantage right now, so they need to be getting down as quickly as possible. But DJ now leading the pack. He's in a net P1 as he hasn't pitted yet, but he is in the Carlin car P1. Then we have Lando P2, Flucky at P3, Psycho P4. They're the only 4 drivers not to pit in this race. I think the Carlins can both come in at the same time and they will be fine. They do have a very significant gap between them both. Now keeping updated on the other Delta, Zoga coming out just behind Rapid. So the positions have not changed between these 2 drivers, but towards the end of the race, maybe we could see Sam's tyres start to move into a bit of degradation, and it just won't be enough pace for him. That's what we're hoping for, just a bit more action on this track between these top 3. He's either net 1, 2 and 3 at the moment. Zoga still trying to keep up with Rapid, but he's really struggling through the dirty air that is provided through this sector 2. But Thermal BRK almost going into the back of Fanta as we go on board with him. That was a very, very close call between the MP Motorsport driver and the Dams driver. Very, very close one indeed, but they're not fighting for points just yet. But when the top 4 do pit, they do have a chance of getting into the top 10. So we'll definitely see if that one can happen. BRK still trying to keep up with Fanta, but he is starting to fall back now, unfortunately. Then we have Storm chasing down Neltrax just in front of him. The Art driver trying to keep his distance, but he's going to be in DRS range of Storm just behind. Storm going very, very much on the curb, and that is going to really compromise his run there. And DJ, the net P1, is going to be in the pit lane, and that's a huge time penalty for Lando. Not what he wanted at all. And it's also held DJ into the pit lane. This is not good for DJ or Lando. And here comes Sam to claim his P2 at the moment, as Flucky has still not pitted. He's taking these tyres a very, very long time. Now, it is going to have to be some insane overcut to make this one work. Zoga still P3. He's got past Rapid now. Rapid not showing the pace he did show at the start of this race. It shows the hard tyres are not all they cut up to be, unfortunately, for him. But DJ not too far behind either. Still trying to keep the gap. He needs to get in that 1 second mark to get that crucial DRS around this track. Thermal BRK, we've just seen go off track. It looks like he might have gone into the rear of Fantas there. AMS Fanta, should I say. No wing damage, but Fanta was off wide as well. Fanta does have wing damage. So I'm not too sure what has occurred between them 2 drivers. But Fanta missing an M plate, and BRK was almost fully off track there. Very unfortunate for both drivers. Hopefully they can maybe salvage it. And Neltrax taking a bit of a detour there through the gravel track. Just trying to keep his car in a straight line. Very unfortunate for him, but we do have going back to Rapid, who is still keeping up with Zoga just ahead of him. So let's see if the high-tech Grand Prix driver can maybe get the overtake done on the Prima just ahead of him. So there's not much in it between them at the moment. There's only 5 tenths, but then just further down the grid, still fighting for no points, but same gap, 5 tenths from BRK to Storm just ahead. So I'll be monitoring these gaps quite closely just to see who is going to get an overtake done first. But here is Rapid really closing the gap to Zoga, and it's down to 4 tenths now 5 tenths still, but he's really getting on at the back of Zoga. All Zoga needs to do is get one bit of a slide, and that is going to be the high-tech pouncing on that opportunity. just further down the grid, we do have these drivers starting to close into each other, and that is Fantas getting passed by Foivu just ahead. The Uni driver moving up the positions quite well here. And we're going to quickly check the positions gained whilst we got a second. Keep an eye on Fantas as he is really closing up to the back of Foivu just ahead. So we do have Flukia still not pitting in this race. He's taken these tyres a very long way, but he has gained 8 positions from the start. Then we have TTM Sam, who is a net P1 still at the moment. We have Daniel gaining 5 positions, soon to be 6 positions in this race. But Psycho Kavira losing out on 10 positions, not great for him at all. And we were on board with Fantas, and they have took a large detour and had a huge snap. Storm just too far behind to make anything happen from that, unfortunately for him. Now 8 lap old mediums, and he has chosen to come into the pits now in the Campos car. It may have been a bit too late in quite a lot of people's opinions, because the pit stops in F2 are a lot slower than the pit stops in F1. So that could have been the wrong call by his team. But here comes the high-tech Grand Prix driver of Rapid. He's looking around the outside of the Prima. Can he get the move done? No, he can't. He's going to stay behind him at the moment, trying to get the erratic exit, and he's cut the corner a bit there. But TTM Sam's off. Sam is off track. His tyres are very, very much heated, and he cannot keep it in a straight line. And Rapid looking to maybe get into P1 in this race. And thank you for the donation, Outrep, for the $1 donation. Thank you very much. And here comes Rapid. Jacob trying to get past Oga still. Not able to get it done here, but here comes the high-tech Grand Prix driver still all over the back of him, and we're going towards Sector 2 DRS zone now. He's going to have a great opportunity to get past him here. But he's had a huge snap. I'm not sure if that was just lag, but Sam is starting to get his tyres back into the right temperatures here around this track. But very, very unfortunate for him, but we've seen him pull back worse than this. So let's see if he can do it again. And that is Storm Twister passing Flucky. Flucky is not having a good time on these hard tyres at all. Now we might know why he stayed out so long on the mediums. This is just not his race tyre at all. So Zoga now leading this race. Well, here comes Rapid. Is he going to stay behind him to get the DRS? Yes, he is. He's going to have the DRS chance down this straight. It's going to be a huge, huge advantage to the high-tech driver, and he's also in the slipstream. Zoga trying to break the line of tow. He's gone semi-defensive, now keeping it to the outside, it seems, and now he's realized how close the high-tech Grand Prix driver is. He tried to cover off the inside. The high-tech Grand Prix driver still trying down the inside, and he's got the move done, it looks like. Zoga still trying to fight it. Got the inside for the next corner, but there goes Rapid, absolutely flying. DRS open for the high-tech driver now, and that is going to be P1 in this race at the moment. And Zoga can only stand and watch, unfortunately, for the Prima driver right there. But he's going to have another opportunity very, very shortly, as the DRS zones are starting to come back up. But here comes TTM Sam. He is absolutely on a march right now. He has closed the gap from 1.1 seconds at the start of this lap to 6 tenths to 4 tenths. He's all over the back of the Prima. The Prima's not only lost at P1, but might he lose P2 in this race as well? It's not what he wants, but can he maybe defend from the flying Uni driver just behind him? We're about to find out, because here he comes. He's still very, very close. We're starting to form a DRS train here. But does Rapid have the pace just to keep both drivers at bay? We're about to find out, but there goes Psycho getting past AMS Fanta around the outside. Very, very nice overtake. But unfortunate for Fanta losing the car, and that is going to be him dropping down into P16, as there goes American Shep also down the inside. And that was a very, very defensive move by Shep, pushing Fanta out wide. But Fanta still managing to get the move done. And here comes Sam. He's finally closed the gap on Zoga. He's got the DRS, so does Zoga, but he is so much closer in that slipstream. And he is absolutely flying. He tried to go down the inside. Zoga not making the same mistake as last time. And he's fully cut the course. Zoga off track. Zoga losing the car. He's down in P3, soon to be P4. P5, and he has had a dreadful mistake as he tried to hold position, and it looked like he just put a wheel on the grass there and has cut straight across turn 1. Very unfortunate for the Prima driver, but very fortunate for Rapid, who luckily did not get caught up in a collision there as Flying Zoga went straight through the track. Fantas looks like he just got past Storm Twister, and Neltrax is off track as well. Psycho Kavira moving up into P12 in this race. Now I know the Carlin and High Tech manager will be having smiles on his face as he's got 2 drivers in podium finishing positions at the moment in this race. So he'll definitely be having a little bit of a smirk. But here comes Storm, still trying to get past Fantas just ahead. The Art driver throwing everything at him, and that is our first retirement. He has retired on track, unfortunately, but he's retired very far away from everyone else. But there goes Fantas. What pace has he just shown going through there? Where has that came from? But it's not going to matter. Storm's got the top speed. He's got the inside line, and it should be Storm's P9 to claim in this race. And yes, it is only lap 12 out of 16 in this feature race, but there goes Storm up into P9 in this race. Here comes Charlie looking to make a move, and Lando has pulled out of that one. He knows he can't keep it, but he's carried so much pace around that corner, he's run into the back of him. Lando has the DRS though, and he has the slipstream. Charlie's not going to be able to defend against this, I don't think. He's going to have to pull off some kind of move. He's trying around the outside, unable to hold it. Is he going to try to switch back? Yes, he is. Trying the old classic switchback move, and he's just not able to get that done. But he does have DRS on the driver ahead. Is he close enough to make a move? It doesn't look like it. Well, the speed increase that we were seeing, it's just unfortunate the straight isn't long enough for him. Lando now having a huge snap, and they're going to be maybe side by side through the S section. No, Charlie thinks better of it, and he's going to stay behind him at the moment. Meanwhile, at the front of the race, I'm sorry I missed that, but TTM Sam has moved up into P1 in this race, and Rapid down into P2. Charlie's still all over the back of Lando. Is he going to try down the inside here? Yes, he is. The Dams driver not waiting around at all. He wants to be up into P6, so that's what he's done. He's got himself up into P6. So there goes the Dams driver. Lando unable to defend against that. Foivu not, well, quite far behind now. He's starting to drop back. It is a 9-second gap. Very, very unfortunate for him, but he will be starting P1 in the feature race, sprint race, sorry, as long as he can hold that position. Lando still in P7. Can he maybe get this move done? TTM Sam setting the fastest lap of the race. Flucky getting past American Shep. Is Shep going to try down the inside? No, he's going to pull out of that one. Flucky is not going to have the best run out of this corner. The Campos driver is starting to struggle. Shep's gone into the back of him. The Campos driver is missing an end plate, as we can see, and that is a collision between both drivers. And Flucky just not having the steering he needs. Look at the amount of oversteer he's getting around these corners. And that is Lando managing to maintain P6 at this moment in time. And DJ soon to be under threat by Daniel just behind him. This could be a big risk for the Carlin driver. He needs to hold on 2 more laps around this track, and he will be home free in P3. If he can keep the pace up, that is not what I meant to do. And to check the penalties, Zoga has 10 seconds of penalties. Some could be getting removed, so you never want to win on penalties. You always want to get that position on track. So we'll see what people can do. Zoga still P5, then we have Lando P6, Charlie P7. He's starting to drop off the back of the high-tech driver just ahead of him. Not what you want to see if you're in the cockpit of that Dams driver. Storm still keeping up with Foivu. He has closed the gap massively. It was 2 seconds, now it's 8 tenths. He wants P8 in this race. He wants to start P1 in the feature race, the sprint race. Sorry, I keep saying feature race. We are in the feature race now. This is a 50%. And then we have a 50% sprint race to follow. Rapid Jaker looking to make a move around the outside, and he's just not able to get it done. He's tried to switch by move. He's side by side with Sam right now. Sam trying to hold position, and he's managed to do so. Sam giving him all the room he needs. But there goes Rapid, showing pace around the corner. He could have maybe gone for the move there, but he's chosen to be a lot more cautious than try and make a move that does not need to happen. Daniel, let's go up the back of DJ as well. So we're going to see some battles coming up. And there goes Charlie and Lando, both flying past Zoga. Zoga's had an issue. He is missing a huge chunk of his wing. He's had a huge issue. Zoga is struggling massively around this track now. Daniel really closing up to the back of DJ, but Rapid also closing up to the back of Sam. So this could be very, very close for the final podium finishing positions. Rapid, I don't think he can secure P1. Very unfortunate for him because of his time penalty on the board. Daniel has a good chance of getting into the podium places though. So does DJ. So we're going to see who will be more willing to put up the fight to keep this position. There is Zoga picking up a 3-second time penalty. It won't matter to him anymore as he will have to pit for that huge amount of wing damage. Sam not taking the best of corners. He's taken around this track here in turn 1. And it's going to be maybe him compromised to Rapid as we come down towards turn 4 here. And Sam is going to maintain P1 at the moment. He's starting to really struggle on those tyres. 1 lap difference is really starting to show. Daniel not too far away from DJ either. DJ should have the most pace. He is on 2 laps fresher tyres, so maybe he can hold position. Storm trying around the outside. He's got the outside line. Now he's got the inside line, and that's Storm moving up into P8 in this race. Foivu can't do much about it, but he knows he has the penalty advantage. But he's not going to wait for that. He's going to try around the outside of Storm here. Now he's going to try to switch back move. No, he's literally going around the outside. Can he get the move done? He's still side by side with the Storm, and can he get the move done? And there's a contact. Foivu has not left enough room for Storm, and Storm has dropped down into P9, now down into P10. He is dropping down the positions. There goes Thermal BRK as well, getting past him. Luckily, he's going to be able to keep in P11, but that is outside the points. It's not what he needs. And checking the penalties now, he will not be finishing in the points this race. Very, very unfortunate for him. This is the final lap, and here comes Sam to claim the round 1 feature race win. That is Sam coming across the line for P1 in the Unicar. In P2 we have Rapid in the high-tech. P3 we do have DJ in the Carlin, closely followed by Daniel. Then we have Charlie in the Dams car coming across the line to try to take P5, and it is going to be P5. Lando's going to come across the line P6. Zoga has a lot of penalties. Now that is going to be dropping him down into P8, maybe even to P9. But I don't think so. Yes, it is. It's P9 for Zoga, P8 for Fantas, P7 for Foivu, P10 for Thermal BRK, P11 for Storm. Psycho Kavira, P12, neck and neck with AMS Fanta as they both cross the line. And here comes American Shep to cross the line in P14. And luckier is going to be P14 in this race. What a feature race here around Sakir. And that is Daniel voted your driver of the day from the feature race for gaining the most positions. Really, really good drive by him. As they're lining up on the podium here. So we do have Sam P1, a great drive by him. And then in P2 we're going to have Rapid close, well, not too far away is the Carlin driver of DJ Perks. He's had a great race here today. But taking home your win is going to be TTM Sam in the Uni car for Great Britain. Then your driver of the day, voted by the game, is going to be Daniel in the Charles. Someone's going to have to teach me how to pronounce that racing team name. But the Mexican will be taking driver of the day and P4 from starting 11th on the grid. An absolutely great performance by him. But here are your results for the feature race. And we are soon going to be moving on to the sprint race. Should be a very interesting sprint race around this track, because you do not need to pit once if you go from the hard tyres to the end. So it could be a very, very interesting one indeed. Be interesting to see what happens. But now we do have a few minutes. I will replay the alert that I did miss, just for anyone that did follow. So there we go. Let me just make that a bit bigger. So thank you LSO6 for the follow. Thank you Foivu as well for the follow. And that wants to repeat that one. And then lastly, thank you Outrep for the donation of $1. Now let me play that again. That noise really scared me. I heard it. Oh, it's not letting me play it. It'll play it eventually. It has to go through 4V first. But thank you all for the support on stream. So we're going to be going away for the formation lap here around Sakin. Alright! There we go. That's what scared me. Just the alright. So Fanta's lining up on pole position. Gonna be a very, very interesting start, and I think I've played that like 3 times now, which is worrying. So Fanta's lining up on pole position in the art car. Then we do have the Uni driver of Foivu up into P2 to start this race. Very, very nice livery in the Uni red and black car. Very, very nice. Then we do have the new team of High Tech joining us in F1 2020. Finally, thank God. Lando starting P3. We have the Damstra car of Charlie, who is going to be starting P4 in this race. And we have the new Sauber Junior team makeover of the team I cannot pronounce, so I'm going to have to get someone to teach it to me after the race. Of Daniel, who is in P5, the Mexican. Then we do have DJ in P6. Rapid is going to be in P7 in the high-tech car. Then we have TTM Sam, P8 in the Uni. Zoga Gamer had a very, very solid race from start to almost finish when he did get his wing damage, which made him finish P9. So that is very unfortunate for the Prima driver. Hopefully he's looking for some redemption here in the sprint race. Then we have Thermal BRKR in P10. Storm P11 unfortunately would have been in the points, but tangled with Foivu. Then we have Psycho Kavira, who's going to be starting P12 in this race in the Carlin. AMS Fanta neck and neck with Psycho to the line in the Dams driver. And we have Lucia in P14, American Shep and Flaming Fire in the Tridents, P15 and 16. Then we have Nell Trax in the Art Grand Prix in P17. I'm going to quickly have a drink before this race starts, because I'm already gasping for for some sort of hydration. That is a lag out by one of the F1 drivers, well, race engineers, but we're getting ready for the lights. We hear the drivers revving up their engines now. There goes Flaming Fire, but here goes the rest of the grid. Fantas Girls get away well, And that is going to be him maintaining P1 towards the line. Foivu is starting to get surrounded by the cars behind. Daniel going down the inside. Can Daniel get up into P2 in this race? Yes, he can. Daniel's already up into P2. What a start by Daniel. Already up into P2 in this race. Quite a lot of drivers going off around. Very hectic race start compared to this feature race. Two drivers facing the wrong way. That is going to be Fluckier and Zoga. Zoga's look gone from bad to worse. Daniel in P2 now. And that is Flaming Fire, who is disconnected, so he will not count towards this race. So Daniel in P1. Then we have Foivu P2. Fantas P3 from starting on pole position. Not great by him. He's going to have to definitely try and get back into this one. But we've had another spin. That is Sam. Sam is around. Not what you want to see at all from the winner of the feature race here in the sprint race. He's definitely going to have to get it back all together. But here comes Rapid side by side with Fantas coming towards the end of the DRS straight. He's got the inside line. The high-tech Grand Prix driver is going to move up into P4. It looks like, yes, he is. There he goes. Absolutely flying. He needs to close the gap to Sam now because Sam has such a big lead to him. Fantas now compromised to DJ just behind him. And that is Foivu getting past Flaming Fire's AI now. Rapid Jake. Rapid still P4. We used to have someone called Rapid Jake, and now I'm stuck calling Rapid Jacob, but Rapid is P4. Still chasing down Foivu just ahead of him. Got to make up the ground. Lost some of these drivers, but there is a huge train going down here, and it looks like Charlie looking to make a move on Lando. He's looking around the outside. There's no space around there, says Lando. Lando's going to hold position here around turn 1, turn 2, heading towards turn 3. Keeping P6 now as they are overtaking Flaming Fire's AI, and that is another spin. We do have Neltrax facing the wrong way. I'm not sure if he's tangled or he's just lost a car there. But Daniel P1, Foivu is going to be P2. Then we have Rapid P3. So some very, very close gaps, but there goes Storm. Down the inside of Charlie. Charlie trying to hold position, but Storm just getting that better traction in car number 11. And there's nothing he can do about it, but he's still going to go down the inside line. And it looks like he's got the move done. Really aggressive move by Charlie, but it's worked in his favor. And Storm has been left stunned in P8 at the moment in this race. A very good start by him. Just what he needed to get that bit of a confidence boost for the sprint race. But here comes Rapid. He's starting to catch up to Foivu just ahead of him. The Unicar trying to hold position with that new livery. Now that is all Rapid sees, but he's looking to get ahead of that and put it in his wind mirrors. Let's see if he can try and do that. Carlin driver of DJ still closing down the back of Fantas as well, and we do have a little bit of a position change as there goes Sam absolutely flying. Psycho's not going to let it go easily. This is not what Sam wants at all. He doesn't want people to fight his positions. He wants to move up the positions, but Psycho not letting that move go easily, and it's just a drag race towards turn 1. Psycho's still going to have the inside line. They have the right to this corner, and they got the inside line. Can he keep P10 in this race? And it's held Sam back. Sam does not need this at all. He needs to be cutting through the grid, not be getting held up by it. And Psycho also has the DRS. So that is going to be Sam stuck in P11 outside the points here in lap 3 here on the Sakura circuit. Not what he needs at all, and he's going to definitely be held up through the S section as well. And Sam is really struggling behind the back of that. Carlin just ahead of him, but it does look like Sam's going to have the move done now because Psycho displaying some huge wing damage on his left side, and Sam moving up into P10 now. Just what he needed. But what he didn't need was that 3-second gap to Thermal BRK, who's just ahead of him in P9. Rapid making the move. Foivu is around in the Unicar. He is not facing the right way. That is not what you want to see. Now he's down in P9 just ahead of his teammate. His teammate P10. And he's in P9. This has gone bad to worse for the Uni drivers. They're going to have to definitely get back on this one. because High Tech are on an absolute charge. And they are showing a very dominant performance here around the Sakia ring. But here comes DJ looking to get up at the P3. He's already got one podium. Now let's not get greedy, but he wants to be. So here he comes, the Brit driver. Going down the inside of Fantas. Fantas trying to hold it. It looks like the Art driver is going to have the inside line for the next corner. And it looks like he's going to hold position. But the Carlin not letting it go easily. And Lando watching this happen out in front. And is he going to make it 3 wide? Yes, he is. It's 3 wide going into 4. And it is going to be DJ getting the better traction. But Lando in P3 at the moment. Can he hold it? Fantas going down around the outside of DJ. DJ can't hold position. He's going to try and make the dive bomb. No, he's going to back off. And that is going to be Lando making up 2 positions in one sector. Really, really good driving by the High Tech Grand Prix driver. Very, very close racing between them all. And this is just what you want to see. But that is the Sector 2 yellow flag. Who is that facing the wrong way? It's Fantas. After such a great showing, he's facing the wrong way. It doesn't look like he has wing damage, but he is definitely not going to be very happy about that one. So now both high-tech drivers are in P2 and P3. DJ not too far behind there, trying to get his Carlin into the podium places. Daniel making up for not getting that podium last feature race, now making up for it, and now drivers are starting to get a bit scrappy because that is Thermal BRK around once again, only this time in the sprint race. So drivers starting to get a bit risky, and it's not what you need to be doing here in F2, because everything is gonna well, since the new season in F1, everything has been highly inspected by the stewards, and it's simple: you will not race if you cannot drive clean. That is the simple policy here at Thermal Formula 1 Racing. If you're interested in joining and you are here in the stream, the Discord link is in the chat right now. So still very close racing. So that is TTM Sam getting past his teammate. That is definitely what Sam needed. He needs to be cutting through this grid as quickly as possible, but being held up that much by Kavira is not what he wanted and not what he thought would have happened at the start of the sprint race. DJ still all over the back of Lando. He has really been showing some great pace here in F2, and he's got the DRS. Lando trying to pull away. Now is DJ going to go for a move here? Lando going defensive. DJ looking around the outside. He's going to maintain position at the moment. Lando going very wide. No, it looks like he's got the best run possible there. He's left DJ for dust, but DJ just managing to pin his foot to the floor and showing a lot more confidence here around Bahrain than Lando, and it's really shown because he's got the better exit. Now is he going to overtake him, or is he going to keep the DRS? And it looks like he's going to have the DRS. It's a Sector 2 yellow flag. That is going to be Fluckier retiring from the sprint race. Very unfortunate for him. But Rapid goes and sets the fastest lap of the race. And here comes DJ looking around the outside. That is really, really close between both of them. But there goes the Carlin getting up into P3 in this race. Lando's not going to let go. He's down the inside. Can the high-tech driver maintain position? Yes, he can. DJ has been absolutely bamboozled by that one, because here comes Charlie as well. Charlie also wants a bit of the Carlin, and he's trying down the inside as well. And can he get the move done? Yes, he can. That is the Carlin absolutely stunned by what's just happened in front of his visor. That is Shep spun around, and that is going to be Flaming Fire overtaking him. Very unfortunate for Shep there. Rapid still not too far behind Daniel at all, and he's trying to keep up that gap, and Charlie is on an absolute march. He's up into P3 in this race. Lando down the inside. Can he get this move done? It's going to be a sensational move, but no, he can't. And that is going to be Charlie really badly fighting it, but he has fallen out of position. DJ looking down the inside, going to pull out of that one. He knows he doesn't have the pace to get it done before the corner, and this is the battle for P3 that we want to see. But Rapid all over the back of Daniel ahead as well. And we get a break, lads, please. But here comes DJ. He's all over the back of Lando here. Can he get a move done? It doesn't look like he can, but he's going to wait for the DRS this time. Charlie also on the back of the Carlin just ahead. That's what's staring him in the face, the Carlin logo. And he wants to put that behind him. Rapid going to have a great run on the driver ahead. We're going to be monitoring the gap just behind to see if they can make a move. But we're going to quickly jump to Zoga, who has just been dive bombed by Kavira. Kavira managing to get a great run there. But here comes Rapid, trying down the inside of Daniel. Daniel trying to maintain position, and it looks like Daniel's managed to do it. Daniel is P2, Lando P3. DJ left stranded once again, but Charlie, what good pace through the corner. He's carried it out, and he's managed to get past DJ maybe. No, DJ is going to hold around the outside. Charlie on the inside line, and it looks like it's going to be Charlie's corner to take. And Charlie is up into P4. I'm gasping for air now, never mind liquid. So thank God for that one. It is over, but it's not over for long, as here comes Sam. Where's he came from then? The uni driver moving up into P5 in this race, taking that position from DJ. And that is a yellow flag. Just behind that is Vantas around again, getting overtaken by Thermal BRK now. And here comes Sam. He's on an absolute charge. He's down the inside of Charlie and all. And now he's almost back into the podium places. This is not what Rapid wants, and it's not what DJ wants either. But here comes Rapid, still all over the back of Daniel. He needs this race win to really put the pressure on Sam to perform. Lando, just, is he going to hold him up for his teammate? That's what he should be doing around this track. He needs to hold him up fairly and cleanly, but just give his teammate that advantage he needs. He already has 5.5 seconds, but we've seen what Sam can do. He is an absolute marching animal around this track in F2. Lando not getting the corner he needs, but he's got the DRS. Very tactical play. He did brake to make sure he got it, and he's going to sail past Sam here like he's not even there. And Sam can only watch that happen. There's nothing he can do about that, and Daniel has finally lost a position to Rapid. But is he going to let that go easily? It looks like he will have to, because the driver in front does have the DRS. Sam still fighting Lando, and he's had a huge snap. Charlie, can he see an opportunity? He sure does, and he's going to go down the inside. He's not going to waste any time. Sam trying to maintain it around the outside. Charlie on the inside line. It is very, very close racing between both drivers. They're both neck and neck. Sam around the outside. Can he hold the position? He's got the inside line for the next corner, and yes, he can. But where's DJ came from? He's came from out of nowhere as well. He's trying around the outside. He's trying to get a cutback now in the Carlin. The Carlin just can't get the cutback. He doesn't have the traction to do so, but can he go for a dive bomb here? No, he's not. He's going to maintain position. Oh my God. Around this track has been no stopping action. Has been very, very intense, but here comes Daniel once again. He's very close to the back of Rapid, just ahead of him. DJ not too far behind either. Charlie in P6. And we have Storm P7. Storm trying to make up some of those positions that he did get cruelly taken away from him in the feature race. And that is a yellow flag. Behind that is Shep, I do believe. And Shep has retired from the race. It does look like a manual retirement. It doesn't look like F2 is his strong point. But Rapid setting the next fastest lap of the race. But is it going to be for long? As there goes Sam setting the fastest sector 3. And Lando really holding up the uni driver. He knows her teammates. But there goes Sam trying to go dancing around the outside. And that is very, very aggressive by Lando. And that will definitely be penalised after the race. That should not... that's not holding him up cleanly, unfortunately. That is very, very aggressive and purposely done. But there goes Charlie down the inside. Can he get the move done? Because DJ is trying to hold the position, and he has managed to do so. None of these top 6 drivers do have penalties. Storm, the first one with a penalty, and he needs to keep a 3-second gap to Zoga in that case. So far it's only 2.6, and he will lose out to Foivu just behind as well. American Chip leaving the session now after an unfortunate retirement for him. You do hate to see it, but here comes TTM Sam all over the back of Lando once again. He's not going to be able to get into P2 in this race, but he can most certainly try and get into P3. Lando wants to defend this podium and his teammate with everything he got, and he's trying around the outside. Sam is trying everything he's got in his arsenal against this driver. But Lando is just not letting it go easily. And Sam is on the curb. He's very fortunate to keep the car. And there he goes. He's got the move done. But will it matter? Because Lando is absolutely flying. He's got the move. He's got the pace. And he's going to brake just to make sure he gets that DRS on Sam. Sam tried to do the same thing, but he's not going to waste too much time behind him. DJ just not too far behind either. Just watching this happen. Still got a chance of a podium in this race. Sam going really defensive. Closing off Lando there. Lando's going to have to go aggressive to the inside. Not sure if he wanted to, but here he goes. And he's taking it very wide. Sam trying to cut back move. He's got it around the outside. And Lando has been spun at no fault but his own. Very unfortunate for Lando, but that is him down into P9 in this race. He should have let Sam through there. He was being way too aggressive. And that has unfortunately sealed the deal, and he will not be finishing on the podium this race. DJ P4 still trying to chase down Sam, but we've seen what Sam can do, and he has no one in front of him. But that is a huge snap. That is very unlike Sam in front. And now DJ's going to have a huge opportunity with the DRS as long as he can spot his braking zone correctly. And yes, he can. He's had no snap either. And here he comes. He's got the DRS. He's got the slipstream. He's going to be looking to make the move on the uni driver right here, right now. No, he's going to pull out of it. He doesn't feel like it's a safe place to make that move. Charlie P5 behind. Then we have Storm P6, who's pulled a 3-second gap to Foivu just behind, so he will be saved on the penalties. Sam picking up a 3-second time penalty, and this is going to be absolutely crucial for DJ. He just wants to stay in that DRS range now, but Charlie wants the podium as well. He's seen the penalty, and he's trying down the inside of DJ. DJ trying to hold it on the outside, pushing DJ off track. Charlie trying to give him all the room he can. Both drivers having DRS, so it's just a drag race all the way down. And that is going to be DJ using the slipstream he can get off Charlie. He's got the inside line, making Charlie run a bit wide. And Charlie's still got the inside line, and there he goes. Down the inside, they're both side by side still. DJ's going to have the DRS, so is Charlie. And this is what Sam needs. He needs these two drivers to fight to pull a 3-second gap to him. And DJ is going to be in P5 in this race. Charlie, unfortunately, P4. For him, unfortunately, P4. Great for Charlie up into P4 in this race. Very good driving. Flaming Fire is going to come across the line to start lap 11 for him. Rapid, absolutely flying now. Sam has an 8-second gap, but there goes DJ. Getting past Charlie, and Charlie's going to be compromised to Storm, and that is a spin. That was very, very risky by Storm, and it has not paid off for him, and it's also compromised DJ massively. He's missed his braking point completely as Storm, and that has put him down into P8 with a hugely damaged front wing. That is very unfortunate by him. A bit like what we saw from Zoga in the feature race. Right, now I can kind of breathe, but not for long, because Charlie is all over the back of DJ, and he's got a great run on him before the DRS is even activated. TTM Sam setting the fastest lap. He's trying to get every point possible, but here comes Charlie. P5 to P4 for the Dams driver on the final lap of the race. DJ does not want this. He needs to pull in front of him right now, but it's not going to matter. Sam is going to pull a 3-second gap to him, and it's going to be over. It's not going to be a P3 finish for Charlie or DJ this race. If Charlie gets battled with DJ, it's not going to be a P3 finish unless Sam does lose it. He's known for his pace, but he does have quite a few slip-ups now and again, so anything is possible, but I'm not going to give him any commentator's curse around there. So we're going to keep our mouth quiet on him until he does cross the line. DJ though still all over the back of Charlie, looking to maybe get a move done on the Dams driver just ahead of him. So here comes the Carlin car. he going to try it here? It's now or never. And he is not going to manage to get the move done. He's going to need a huge slip up by Charlie in order to get this position. He's keeping his foot to the floor. And Charlie's had a huge snap of his rear end. The pressure has built up to the Dams driver, but luckily he is going to maintain P4 in this race, it looks like, unless it is last corner action. Rapid comes across the line as your race winner here in the sprint race. Great drive by the high-tech Grand Prix driver. P2 is going to be the Mexican of Daniel in the name I cannot pronounce, the Charles, yeah. So I'm going to get someone to teach me, don't you worry. But TTM Sam in P3 managing to keep that by a 10th. Despite his 3-second penalty, a great drive by him. Despite being held up a lot by Lando. And that's going to be P4 for Charlie, P5 for DJ. Very, very close racing in the sprint and the feature race. I've been speaking so much somehow I've got a blocked nose, but that is your driver of the day of the sprint race, and I 100% agree with that. It's going to be TTM Sam. Very aggressive driving by Lando ahead of him. Lando trying to hold him back to secure P3 for himself and also get that gap for his teammate, showing Lando is a very good team player, and it might be why Rapid might be winning the championship at the moment. Luckily, since it is round 1, season 4, we can go and check the standings straight up without any stupid decisions from the Discord server, which is linked if you do !Discord in the chat. So we will quickly check who is leading the championship at the moment here in Formula 2. Very, very close racing, but I do believe it will be Rapid. So here is the sprint race finishing positions. Very, very close. TTM Sam still basically getting P2 because he did get the fastest lap, which does add, I believe it is 2 points to your race ending position. TTM Sam also getting fastest lap there, also gaining another 2 points. So the leader of the championship at the moment is going to be Sam by 10 points. He is on 43 points for the uni team. Then we have High Tech on 33. And then we have Rapid on 33 and Daniel 24. So leading the championship at the moment is going to be uni. Very, very close racing. I hope you all did enjoy that one. Please make sure you stay in the chat because we're going to go and raid someone from the Formula 1 community to give something back to all the Formula 1 streamers. So we'll be right back with you. Thank you all for watching and stay tuned for tomorrow for Formula 1 racing action.